It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news. This is the Southwest Outdoors Report.
Hi everybody, and welcome into this week's show, and welcome into the tropical paradise of South Padre Island, Texas. We are located today just about as far south as you can go in the state of Texas and still not be in Mexico. We're right in front of the La Copa Inn where we're actually staying. It's right on the beachfront, South Padre Island. It's the place where the weather's always warm and the fish always bite. And our attempt this week is to prove that to you on the show. We're going fishing for speckled trout and schooling redfish in the bay just behind us here, well within sight of the big resort hotels at South Padre Island. And while I'm out doing that with Captain Todd Casey, who's going to take us fishing today on his boat, we're going to be taking you around the region for your very latest fishing reports from Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas freshwater, and along the Texas Gulf Coast. On this week's Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week, I'm going to be showing you West Texas anglers, a good wintertime hotspot for bass fishing this season. And on the Costa Catch of the Week, we're going to be showing you a northern pike caught in Canada by one of our faithful viewers. It's going to be a lot of fun, so right now I'm going to the White Sands Marina to hitch up with Captain Todd Casey. While I'm getting in the boat, we take you to the FSN studios. Here is Julie with your weekend planner.
Hello everybody, let's check all the information you'll need for planning a fishing trip this weekend. First of all, don't forget to set your clocks back 1 hour when going to bed Saturday evening. And according to the Solunar tables, you can expect the best fishing of the month to occur this weekend. Saturday's peak activity will take place at 2:45 in the afternoon, and Sunday's best time will begin at 2:35. Expect sunrise to take place at 7:47 on Saturday and 6:48 on Sunday, with sunset happening at 6:34 Saturday and 5:33 on Sunday. And we just had a full moon on Monday, so evenings will still be fairly bright. We'll be right back with all of your fishing reports from around the Southwest. And I'll return with a question about drop shot fishing on the Whataburger Ask the Pro.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Nitro Performance Bass Boats. Fish your best in a Nitro. By Jean LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. Quality soft plastic baits made in Oklahoma with American pride. By Academy Sports and Outdoors, right stuff, low price, every day. And by Motor Guide Trolling Motors, engineering for angling.
Hey everybody, welcome back to your Southwest Outdoors Report. We've made it out in the middle of the bay, just off Port Isabel. And Captain Todd Casey up here in the front has pulled us up on a giant school of redfish. Captain Todd guides for these things a lot. There is what a gorgeous
nice, pretty redfish.
Port Isabel, South Padre Island redfish looks like, and you can see hanging out his mouth, got a swim bait, a kind of a, is that a shrimp imitation, I guess?
That's a bull minnow.
A bull minnow imitation. And these fish are a blast to catch. You sight fish these, but it's not typical sight fishing where you're flipping at one. You're cruising down these weed lines and watching for these big schools. And when you see a school, you run up on them, run up to the front of the boat, get a cast, and everybody hooks up. It is a absolute blast to do. So we'll let that one go back, and I'll ask for a little help. There comes mine right here. Got strong Stren Sonic braid line on here. And I got a big piece of leader on here, about 40 pounds worth. You can just loosen your drag and play these fish out. Got him? All right, show that one. Walk him up that way. There is an even bigger one. Will he go 30 probably, or close to it?
Yeah, that's right at 30.
So we're gonna turn this one loose, and we're gonna get you started with fishing reports from around the region, and we'll be back to do a little more red fishing. Right now, here's Brian Hughes, the rest of your Texas freshwater reports, and then Bill Olson.
Hi everybody, and welcome to this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by A1 Locksmiths. Now A1 can provide you with everything from the largest of gun safes for your home or lodge to the smaller versions for condos and apartments. Check with A1 Locksmiths to keep your valuables safe. Now this week we're going to go up to Lake Texoma where the stripers can be caught on sassy shad on a 3/4 ounce jig head right off the main lake points. Graph the points, look for the bait fish, and drop that sassy shad right on top of their head. You'll catch some Texoma stripers. Smallies are on the rocks. They're up fairly shallow in less than 10 feet. You can use small crankbaits and/or hair jigs in natural colors like brown or cinnamon for those smallies. And finally, blue cats on Texoma grow to huge proportions. Fishing around the dam has proven to catch some of the bigger fish on Texoma, so use your cut bait or prepared baits for big blue cats on Lake Texoma. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes. Be sure and click on my picture on the website for discount coupons and more Lone Star Lakes information. Let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, this week's report is brought to you by Port Aransas on Mustang Island, the fishing capital of Texas, where anglers enjoy pristine bays, estuaries, 18 miles of surf, and the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Plus the local restaurants will even cook your catch come sundown. Come fish and play Texas Island style. For more information, visit the website on the screen. Well, just call it October in November. That seems to be what we're experiencing weather and pattern-wise along the Texas coast. Last weekend, we received our first significant cold front. However, as we look to this weekend, conditions have warmed back up. Water temperatures have dropped and north winds have impacted on how fish are responding. Now, the most consistent bite remains the upper coast under the birds. Sabine, all of Galveston, as well as east and west Matagorda are experiencing increased bird activity because bait has been dumped back into the bays from the marsh. Up until this cold front, the middle coast had seen fishing more summer-like than fall. Now speckled trout are moving in numbers up on the shallow grass flats and shorelines. Redfish are cruising the flats and the oversized bull reds are still making their way toward the Gulf. Flounder are also in the mix. On the lower coast, experienced anglers say let it blow as the slightly dirtier water improves fishing. Fish are beginning to be more active in South Bay and moving along the channels toward the lower Laguna Madre. Snook are showing up in the Brownsville Ship Channel. Mexiquita Flats and Longbar are seeing improved catches on all bays. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
You're on your Southwest Outdoors report today on the far south tip of Texas at the South Padre Port Isabel area. We've been chasing big schools of redfish. So far this morning, had a great morning catching them with Captain Todd Casey. And Todd, before we even fish anymore, I want to let you explain to folks, why are they schooled up like this?
This time of year, they kind of get together, that size range, that 26 to 30 inch, redfish, they all get in these big groups and they're actually heading offshore, and they follow those current lines and just get further south every day, and then there's new schools, they just kind of replenish them, and there's all summer, and this time of year there's always big schools of reds right in.
Now I noticed that you're following the mud lines. You'll see these fish kicking up clouds of mud off the bottom. Why is that?
It's just kind of when there's that many fish together in a group, every time they push their tails or do a little thrust, they leave a little mud puff everywhere they go, and you can actually follow them with those mud puffs.
Well, we're fishing a cocoa minnow or a mud minnow, and just throwing it out there. And again, if you get it anywhere around one of these schools, you're going to get hooked up. And if there's 2 or 3 of you in the boat, chances are more than one person will be hooked up with these big redfish all at the same time. Right now, we're going to take you up north and get you with Gary Dollahan, the Oklahoma Fishing and Lake Reports, the Center Beat.
Hey, since the Bobby Garland Crappie Pro Monster Fest was built as a shootout anyway, with teams coming from Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Texas, it seemed only appropriate that the pre-event meeting was held at the OK Corral at Western Hills Resort. Here's what the top 4 teams did to catch their fish on Fort Gibson this past weekend.
We were fishing the Jane Dennis spider rigging, 15 to 20 foot. Catching most of our fish around 16. Every now and then we'd pick up a good one around 20 foot. Fishing black and chartreuse, Bobby Garland, baby shad, tipped with menace.
We were fishing from Whitehorn Cove to about Maisie Landing, Main River laydowns. Both of us flipping pearl and and pearl and chartreuse baby shad on main river laydowns, 8 to 10 foot deep.
We were casting and dragging over wood, big laydowns on the northern part of the lake. We were fishing with Bobby Garland baby shads, pearl white, and pumpkin and chartreuse floss hoppers today.
Caught all of our fish the last 2 days on a Bobby Garland slab slayer, white and chartreuse, and a outlaw in color baby shad in the Mo-Glow series. Both lures we used an orange head. Orange seemed to be the ticket. Orange 3/16 ounce Mo-Glow. Teamed up with that baby shad and that slab slayer. Out here on the lake fishing visible standing timber and laydowns you could see anywhere from 15 to 12 foot. Pitch presentation, we were pitching to the stuff we could see, and on the fall these big black crappie would smack it.
You gotta be crappie fishing in Oklahoma this fall. One thing about it, you can't catch them if you don't get them.
Hey, before we head off to the next break, I want to give you a little information if you'd like to book your very own trip here to South Padre Island, Port Isabel, to do either some red fishing, speckled trout fishing, or snook fishing. First of all, if you'd like a great place to stay, you can stay where we stayed at the Lowrance Inn. It's right on the beachfront, easily accessible to the entire South Padre and Port Isabel area. Everything you need right on the beach at South Padre at Lowrance Inn. You can contact them at the information you see on your screen. And if you would like to book your very own guide trip with the guide we're using on today's show, it's Todd Casey. You can contact him at the address and the information you see on your screen. We'll be back to South Padre for more redfish and speckled trout fishing in just a moment.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Tracker Boats, Fish the Finest, by Lowrance and the all-new HDS Gen 2 with Structure Map Overview, by Strand Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability, by Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there, by Whataburger, proud to serve it hot and fresh 24 hours a day, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors, right stuff, low price, every day.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. There's a big school of redfish right here. We're jumping big schools of reds at the South Padre, Port Isabel area. And you just get a little plastic bait anywhere around these fish and they just attack it. So we've been following schools around. We're with Captain Todd Casey. One of the things I'm getting to do today for the very first time is try out some brand new fishing equipment. This is the new Lew's Super Duty Reel. It is especially built for big fish, big pulling, horse and big fish, stripers, anything that's got a real heavy weight to it. And it looks like Todd's actually got one back there too. So we got doubles now. So I'm gonna walk around here. You still got yours?
Yeah, he's getting close.
All right, I'm coming around you. Got double redfish. They are some bruisers, very powerful fish. Now that's a lighter color one than the earlier one we caught, so that, that one hasn't been up shallow very long, right?
Yeah, they've probably been a little deeper.
Just about got this one up here where we can land it. He's tired. All right. Okay, there we go. Nice red right there. All right, that's 2 redfish right in a row, and that is exactly the way the action happens when you get on these schools in the summertime here at South Padre. All right, we're taking you from here due east over to Louisiana. Here's Cajun Phil and Kevin.
Well, I tell you what, I'm supposed to describe what fishing is like here in Louisiana. It can be described with W-O-W. Wow. Right now, no matter who I talk to, where I look up on a website, calling all the guide services, everything is on fire right now. But you remember, you better come fishing before them cold fronts really start to hit hard and heavy, because it's going to slow it down. If you want fishing, Calcasieu River, Red River, Sabine River, they're all doing fantastic. Over on False River, Baton Rouge, they're catching fish. Chapelai Basin on fire right now for bass. As far as the saltwater actually goes, tell you what, you want tuna, go down to Venice. They catching tuna. They're catching yellowfin, they're catching blackfin, they're catching a lot of amberjack. They're also catching big bull reds along the shore. I just talked to Captain Jack up at Sweetwater Marina. That's in Delacroix, Louisiana. Captain Jack says they are up and running. They got their lodge in all good shape. Said they got live bait. And he said the boat ramp's in good shape. and he said they're catching lots of speckled trout. Lots of them coming on live shrimp under a popping cork. That's working real good. I also talked to Captain Chris Pike down there and says, Cajun, yes, they're hitting on live shrimp on their popping cork, but you can catch all you want on plastics. And I know one thing, Bass Assassin's selling a lot down there because they are in high demand right now. Till next time, this is Cajun Phil for Captain Kevin, who's out there catching a lot of reds right now. Saying happy fishing, may God bless, and we're going to see you folks next week.
Time right now for this week's Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week, and I'm going to show you West Texas anglers really good wintertime bass fishing hotspot right through all of the cold weather months. Lake Allen Henry, south of Lubbock near Post, Texas, is still a great bass fishing lake. So let's look at it right now on the Lowrance HDS-10. You can see that the lake is located just a little bit southeast of Post, Texas, just east of US Highway 84. It's set in very hilly country on the double mountain fork of the Brazos River. 2,900 surface acres, but here's the key. The maximum depth is 100 feet. The lake is currently about 9 feet low, and we zoom into the main boat ramp at the Sam Wall Recreation Area here. From there you can see two major creek entrances just downstream to the east. We zoom to that area, you can see how sharply the shoreline drops off. Some of these points drop from 0 to 60 feet very quickly, and that makes them good targets for winter bass fishing, especially with a drop shot rig or a shaky head worm. So just remember Lake Allen Henry, good bass fishing right through the coldest winter months. That's this week's Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week. Stay tuned, we'll be back to wrap it all up for you from South Padre Island, Texas at La Copa Inn right after this.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Mercury, the official outboard of the Southwest Outdoors Report for 10 years running. By Excite, start positive, stay positive. By Lew's Reels and Rods, feel the difference. And by Onyx Personal Flotation Devices and Rainwear, keeping you safe on the water.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for our Whataburger Ask the Pro. Our question this week is from Ronnie in Greenville, Texas, who wants to know, what is the best rod, reel, and line setup for fishing a drop shot rig? For the answer, we asked 2004 Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Gerald Swindle.
You know, when I think about drop shot fishing, the combos that I immediately think about is a light action rod. You don't want to overpower it. Naturally, you're going to do it on a spinning rod. You're usually going to throw a 6'6" to a 7-foot, really light tip on your drop shot. You don't want to overpower that. You're going to have, say, like a Quantum PT size 30 reel. What that is that's a pretty small spool reel, because I'm going to put a 4-pound test, 10-pound diameter braid on that. I'm going to put a 6-pound leader, tie a fluoro to the end of it. So I'm going to want, 6.5-foot rod, size 30 Quantum PT reel, and I'm going to do light line both top and bottom. And just remember, when you get the bite, all you have to do is pull into them. You don't have to set the hook.
Thanks, Gerald. If you have something to ask one of our pros, go to southwestoutdoorsreport.com, click on the Ask the Pro link, send us your question, and we'll do our best to find out the answer. Have a great weekend. Now it's time for your Costa Catch of the Week.
Time right now for this week's Costa Catch of the Week winner. He is Travis Johnson of Harlingen, Texas. And get this, he's shown here with a 37-inch northern pike he caught on vacation out of Ontario, Canada. Now, if you'd like to enter your big fish photo, just go to our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. On the right-hand side of the page, the box to click in for the Costa Catch of the Week. Then you fill in the form, send us your photo, and you could win, just like Travis does on this week's show, a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. Now, you can go to their website by, again, going to our front page. Right below the big latest episode box is all of our partners. Click on the Costa logo and it will take you to their website. You can see all their frame styles and lens styles, including this month's frame style of the month, Galveston. Time right now for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff feature, and I've had my first chance today to use the brand new Lew's Super Duty bait cast reel. It is an unbelievable reel for big fish, heavy fish, hard fighting applications like these big brute redfish, like big snook, big stripers. anything that's got a lot of weight to it, you need this brand new loose Super Duty reel. It's got an all aluminum frame, an aluminum side plate so that it won't twist and torque on you at all under heavy pressure. It's got all brass gear so it'll hold up for a long time when you're really cranking on those big fish. It's got a big heavy crank handle so you can put a lot of pressure on those fish. Everything about this reel is beefed up for big fish applications. It's the Lew's Super Duty bait cast reel, and I've paired it today with the Lew's Tournament SL Speed Stick rod, and this is the new 7-foot 6-inch heavy action rod. You can tell it by the bright red color here, but it's perfect for this application. It's got a lot of backbone in the lower part of the rod, but got some sensitivity in the tip so you can feel those strike shots. It's a great setup. Check it out at their website. Again, go to our front page and click on the Lew's logo to see the Lew's Super Duty Reel Tournament SL rods. Hey, it's been a great trip fishing right here out of South Padre Island, the Port Isabel area. I can promise you I'll be back. Big redfish in this area, a lot of fun jumping those schools in the summertime, and you can contact Captain Todd Casey if you'd like to book your very own guide trip. Hey, we'll join you next Thursday night at our regular time slot, 10:30 p.m. No conflicts in sight, so we should air right on time, and we'll re-air Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. You can always catch the latest episode of our show right on the front page, and you can see all of our archived past episodes if you miss any at our YouTube channel. You get there from the front page of our website, and get lots of information that you won't see here on the TV show on our Facebook page. Again, everything links right off the front page at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. From South Padre Island, Texas, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.